everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back and I'm going to be doing a feel. As you can see, everything stayed on really good. I think this set has been on for about a month now, or if not close to a month. So the first thing that I'm going to do is of course just go in and remove all of the bling. And y'all, like, when I tell y'all this stuff be staying on so good, and even the big pieces, she was scared that, you know, they would fall off on her trip. But y'all, I even was struggling to like take them off. You guys see that I be having to use like 3 different pair of nippers because it be on there so good. And as always, I use the Soleil nail adhesive to apply these, so be sure to go check her out. The information is in the description. So again, we're just gonna go in and remove all of the bling, and then after this we're gonna go in with the e-file and we're going to file down, you know, the rest of the glue and stuff that's on the nail. And then also she did have a little bit of lifting because honestly I believe I forgot to apply a primer on her nails, because usually you guys know that I don't have any problems with lifting, but none of the nails came off. She did have a nail that broke off, but like I said, she did have a little bit of lifting, but not to the point where the nail, you know, came off or anything. So we're gonna go ahead and finish doing this, and then we'll move on to the filing part. Alrighty, so now to file the nails, I'm going to be using my extra coarse safety drill bit, which is available on my website. And of course, we're just going to file all of the nails going around the cuticle area and then filing the rest of the nail. And this is just to get rid of all of the glue and the rest of the stones that are stuck on the nail. And as you can see, even the stones that are left on the nail, this drill bit is able to easily remove them. During this time, I am using my e-file at 15,000 RPMs. And then also to remove any of the lifting, I just file it off. Basically, you don't ever want to go in there with a pair of nippers because you're going to make the lifting even worse. And of course, if it's not a lot of lifting, you can just file it off. But if it's lifting to where it's all the way down by the tip or like by the free edge, you want to go ahead and just remove the nail and replace it, because if not, the nail is going to lift some more. So again, I really am like super positive that I forgot to apply the primer on this set, and that's why I had so much lifting. But other than that, like I said, the nails did not come off. They still stayed on, other than the one nail that was broken, but that was, you know, her fault, I guess. But anyways, after we finish doing this, we're gonna go in and of course push the cuticles back. Alrighty, so for the nail that was broken, the index finger, that one, as you can see, I followed the acrylic down as much as I could, and then I grabbed a cotton ball with acetone and then used a little soaking clip. That way the acrylic will soak off while I do the other fingers. And now I'm going in with a cuticle pusher. We're just pushing back those cuticles to expose the new growth and help with reducing lifting. As always, you can use a metal cuticle pusher, plastic or wood, as long as it can be disinfected or disposed of. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in with the 180 sanding band to remove the shine from the natural nail. So as always, going from the right side all the way over to the left side, going back and forth until we fully remove the shine. And during this time, I am using my e-file at 5,000 RPMs. But as always, just adjust the speed to whatever speed you feel comfortable using it at, whether that's faster or slower. And then after we finish removing the shine, we're going to just dust the nails off and then apply the primer. When it comes to using a primer, I usually don't have a problem with lifting when I only do a primer. Now, there are some people that feel more comfortable doing a primer and a dehydrator as well. The dehydrator just helps with dehydrating the nail, which means removing any of the oils left on the nail. And then the primer helps the acrylic adhere better to the natural nail. So usually, you know that I, of course, remove the shine from the natural nail, which I'm removing the oils. So that's why I don't do a dehydrator. Like I have one, but honestly, it's just a habit that I only do the primer. But it's totally up to you. But as always, I use the JC Beauty Concepts primer, which is what I'm applying now. We only apply that to the natural nail. And we literally just, you know, you don't have to soak the nail or anything. You literally just brush it on there, and that's pretty much it. So then after that, we're going to go in with the clear acrylic, and this is the acrylic by JC Beauty Concepts. I'm also using their monomer, and then for my brush, I'm using the number 10 Alpha brush, and I definitely recommend their brushes. This one is actually pink because it's part of a collaboration. So this brush is not available for sale just yet, but I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on that. And then also right now I'm only going in with a thin coat of acrylic because I was gonna do colored acrylic, but when I was doing this I ended up changing my mind and decided to just go in with gel polish. So you will see me come back in and do all of the, or more clear, to of course build the apex and thickness at the tip. But if you were doing colored acrylic, then of course you just, you know, fill in the nail with the clear first and then you go in with your colored acrylic. But again, that is the acrylic by JC Beauty Concepts. And okay, now I'm going in. As you can see, I'm working with a little bit more product. So when I place my bead down, I pat it down and very, very gently brush it down because we want to blend it in with the rest of the acrylic that's already on the nail. And then of course cleaning around the cuticle area as we go, that way we don't get any product on the skin. Also, make sure that when you're working, you want to make sure that you're constantly looking at your nail from the sides. That way you're able to see where you need to add more product at, because we want to focus on building the apex, which is where our nail gets its strength from, which is like right in the middle of the nail. And then also want to make sure that the tip is not too thin because it will break off super easily. So again, also making sure we clean around the cuticle area. And I don't know if I mentioned this already, but also making sure that you wipe your brush off a lot as you're working. I use the Signature Cloth Viva paper towels. They work really good for me, so you could use those if you would like. But you want to make sure that you use something that's going to just suck in all of that liquid and product that's built up in your brush. That way it doesn't, like, you know, mess up your brush, or it doesn't get stuck in your brush as you're working. So we're basically going to do the same thing for all of the nails. Again, making sure that we build the apex and the thickness, which is the most important, and just look at your nail from the side so you know where you need to add more product. Alrighty, so I did the clear on those 3 nails. Now for this one, as you guys know, I had already did the thin layer of the clear. So now I'm going in with this gold glitter acrylic. This is actually by Tammy Taylor. This is literally the only product I have by Tammy Taylor from when I was in college, I believe. So now I'm going in and applying some of the little snowflakes, and these snowflakes are from the little 12-piece assorted snowflakes from my website, which are still available. And then also you want to make sure that when you apply the snowflakes that you pat them down really good, and then also that you apply them while the acrylic is still a little bit wet. That way they stick onto the nail really easily. And then sometimes if you need to like kind of glue the edges down just a little bit, that is completely fine. You could add just a little tab of glue on the edges, hold it down with the back of your brush, and then go in and encapsulate it. And then for the pinky, I'm going in with a glitter this is actually from Model Ones. This is the same one that I used the other day when I swatched those colors by Model Ones. I also have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave the link down below. But I really like this color because it also had a little bit of white, so it matched the little snowflakes. And then once we finish applying the glitter, we're gonna go in and encapsulate both of those nails. Remember that when you're applying any sort of glitter, you want to make sure that you encapsulate the nails really good. That way you don't fall away any of the glitter, because then it's going to look patchy. So just going in with a good amount of acrylic, and usually you will know that you've encapsulated, you know, like right now I can tell that I've encapsulated the flakes good, because you see how they look matte and the one at the top still looks really shiny. So that's usually how you know. And then right there you see that little piece was sticking out, so it still looked shiny, which meant that it was not fully encapsulated. So I pushed it down with the tip of my brush, but that's where I was talking about, where you can add a little bit of glue to glue it down and then go in and, you know, just encapsulate it. So we're just gonna go in with a little bit more product to make sure that same thing, that we have a good apex and thickness at the tip, and then again that the flakes and glitter are all encapsulated really well. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other hand. So we're going to do the red glitter on the pinky, the flakes on a ring finger, and then the rest we're just going to do clear. And then of course I am going to have to go in and you know, prep the nail, push back the cuticles, and apply a new nail tip, and you know, basically replace the index finger. But those are the steps. Alrighty, so I'm finishing up this finger, and next we're gonna go in and just remove the little clip, and then the acrylic is fully completely soaked off. Y'all, I said fully completely. It's completely soaked off. So now I just push back the cuticles, and then I'm going in with my 180 sanding band at 5,000 RPMs, and we're just removing the shine from the natural nail. After this, we're gonna apply a nail tip. So make sure that I size it and that it fits exactly from sidewall to sidewall. And then we apply the glue right on the free edge of on the nail tip, and then place it on the nail. Hold it down for a few seconds, and then after that we're gonna trim it down, and then we're gonna shape it into a coffin shape. And then we can go in and apply the acrylic, and then of course measure it against the other hand to make sure that they are both the right size. We're gonna trim the sides down with a straight edge nail clipper. I do have these on my website as well, so be sure to go check it out before it sells out. This time I'm leaving the website up a lot longer because I did stock up or I bought a lot more this time, so be sure to go check it out before it's too late. But I also went ahead and applied the primer, and then now we're gonna go in with the acrylic, and this one is just gonna be completely clear. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go in with the 8080 hand file, which are available on my website, and we're just gonna shape up the nails. So of course, going in on the sides, add exactly a 90-degree angle, making sure that you get a super straight shape. And really the key is just the way that you hold your file. As you can see, when I follow the free edge, I hold it at exactly a 90-degree angle, and I'm holding it vertically. And then on the sides, of course, going from the sidewall towards the free edge, and we're gonna do that on all of the nails. And then also I wanted to address something. I know I had this question asked just the other day, and they asked like, what is the difference in the grits? You know, you have the 8080 hand files, you might have 100 180 100 180, you know, it's all different type of grits. So your grit is basically just how coarse the nail file is. So the higher the number, the more fine the grit is going to be, and the lower the number, the more coarse the grit is going to be. So to file nails, I recommend 8080 because you're able to file them a lot faster since it's more coarse. And then to like file the natural nail, I would say a 180 because it's not as coarse. It's a lot more gentle on the natural nail. So that answers that question. So feel free, you know, to ask any questions that you guys may have, and I'll be sure to address them when I can. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go in with my extra fine carbide drill bit, and we're just gonna file all of the nails, of course going around the cuticle area first and then filing the rest of the nail to make sure that it's nice and smooth. If you guys notice, I did switch back over to using my carbide one like I did before. The reason why I started using the ceramic ones was because I had a client whose cuticle area was super sensitive, or really she's just super sensitive, that like y'all, I would barely even touch her and she was already saying that it hurt. And you know, there's a lot of people out there that are like that. You know, they're just super sensitive. I know me, I'm becoming a lot more sensitive for some reason. So I'm just using this one. This one is a little bit more sharp, I guess, so you do have to make sure that you're careful, but it's a extra fine. Actually, it's an extra fine, so it's not too bad. You just, like I said, have to be careful. But with this one, I feel like you're able to get a more flawless cuticle area when you file, and then also you're able to file a lot faster, just because, like I said, it's a little bit more sharp. So be sure to go check these out as well. These they have on Amazon. I believe they're like $7, so it will be in my Amazon storefront, but I do have the fine ceramic ones and the extra coarse carbide ones on my website. So I'll leave all of those links down below. As always, if I forget to mention anything, just let me know. But again, just going from the right side all the way over to the left side and then filing the rest of the nail. And then I even file like the free edge underneath the nail, because sometimes you get like a little piece of acrylic down there or whatever the case may be. So then after we finish doing this, we're going to go in and buff the nails. But y'all, when I tell y'all that filing or during this part is super important, because this is where a lot of your lifting will come from. If you do not file the nails around the cuticle area good, you will get lifting. Whenever I first started doing nails, I feel like I was doing all of this correctly, but honestly I was scared because I thought that I was gonna cut people, and I was just, you know, really scared to even get too close to the cuticle area. But you know, the only way to get better is by practicing. So even if you have to slow your drill down a lot, that is completely fine, just as long as you seal the acrylic around the cuticle area. You don't want any gap in between the natural nail and the acrylic, because you will get lifting, because any water, any moisture, any face serum, anything that you use that's liquid, if it gets underneath your nails, it will cause the nail to lift. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in with a buffer, and this is going to get rid of any of the scratches left on the nails from the hand file or the e-file. Alrighty, so now I'm just gonna dust the nails off, and then we're gonna go in and wipe them off with an alcohol wipe, and that's just to get rid of any of the dust that's left on the nails. And then after that, we're gonna go in with the polish. So I'm gonna be using the color The Red by Madam Glam. As you guys know, I do have a promo code for them, so be sure to go check them out. And y'all, this red was so pretty. I know sometimes some reds can be like way too dark, or some might be a little bit too orange, but this one is definitely a true red. So I'm gonna do that on all 3 fingers that are clear. And then of course I am using my little small cleanup brush, which is available on my website, so I will be sure to leave that down down below. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go in and do the first coat on the other hand as well, and then of course we are curing each coat for 30 seconds, and I am using my Holly Light by Madam Glam. Alrighty, so we did the 2 coats of the red on both hands and cured each coat for 30 seconds. Now we're going to go in with the color Perfect White by Madam Glam on the middle finger. And we're just going to be drawing some diagonal lines. And we're just going to make them like a medium width. And we're just going to do about 4 or 5. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other hand. And of course, curing this for 30 seconds as well. Alrighty, so now for the index finger, I'm going to be doing the little sweater design. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Madam Glam gel top coat on it now. And then I'm going to go ahead and also do the top coat on the other nails. And I'm going to cure for 60 seconds. Alrighty, so after we cured each hand for 60 seconds after the top coat, I'm going to go in with that same red and I'm just going to do some little designs. This is, I think it's called the sweater design. So you just go in with the same color that you applied for the base. And then before you cure the gel polish, like the design that you're doing now, you're going to sprinkle like acrylic on it. And it's just clear acrylic, like the actual polymer, the powder. You just sprinkle it over the top and then you cure. And then whenever you come back in after you cured, you just dust it off to get that excess powder off. Alrighty y'all, so here is the final look. As you can see, they turned out really pretty. I absolutely love the candy cane nail and everything just looks so good together. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at GetNail32 and I will see you guys next time.